Whoa, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of North of the Lake Weekly Sports Talk. This is the Super Bowl edition, man. I had to do a Super Bowl live. Y'all already know I usually go live every Sunday at 7 p.m., but I did decide to do it today on Saturday because I don't want to be disrupted, when I'm watching the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I want to be in my man cave right behind me, you know what I'm saying, chilling, watching the 49ers versus the Chiefs. So I did want to go ahead and get things out the way today, man. Make sure y'all leave me a comment tonight. We're going to get into some football tonight. We're going to talk 49ers Chiefs. And we also gonna get caught up from all the playoff football. We're gonna talk, a couple things tonight, man. We definitely gonna talk about shit. One of the questions that I do want to ask everybody tonight: should Dak Prescott stay in Dallas? I didn't get a chance to cover that. Like I said, I am back in studio, so we can go all the way with it tonight, man. Make sure y'all share this live. Everybody that's watching right now, please share the live on Facebook. Share it on YouTube. We are also streaming on Twitter, now known as X, and on Instagram. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Instagram, man. Everybody on Instagram, make sure y'all leave me a comment too, man. Like I said, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. I encourage that. We need more subscribers. That's NOTL Month on YouTube. So make sure y'all do that, man. Show the podcast some love. Also, we have the Cash App at the bottom. If y'all do support the platform, if y'all like what we're doing, y'all support us, man. Make sure y'all support us. We're not asking for anything major, but if you do like what we're doing, support the platform. But that is NOTL Month on YouTube. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe on YouTube and support us, man. We're going to keep doing this. But like I said, this is the Super Bowl edition, so we're going to get into that, man. But like I said, one of the things I want to bring up, one of the things we're going to talk about tonight, or a few topics tonight, should Dak Prescott stay in Dallas, man? That's one of the things I want to talk about, man. Make sure y'all leave y'all comments. Also, is Lamar Jackson capable of winning the Super Bowl? We saw Lamar Jackson kind of struggle in that last playoff game, so we're going to definitely see what's going to go on with Lamar Jackson. He was facing the best quarterback to ever play the game, in my opinion, in Patrick Mahomes. So we're going to see what I definitely want some comments on this, from all the fans that's watching the show, man, about Lamar Jackson. Also, the Saints hired Clint Kubiak as offensive coordinator, man. Is that the right hire for the Saints? We're going to get into that as well. Did Mike Thomas take things too far? If y'all don't know, Mike Thomas threw some shade at Derek Carr on Twitter, man. So we're gonna talk about that too, because Michael Thomas been pretty much saying whatever he want to say for the last couple, really his whole career in New Orleans, man. So it's really interesting to see. It's really interesting to see how Michael Thomas just be, just off the rails, say whatever he want to say, man. Also, we're gonna get into the NFL draft. Marvin Harrison or Malik Neighbors, man. We all watch Malik Neighbors at LSU. I'm hearing a lot of talk that Malik Neighbors is rising up some draft boards, and some people in some mock drafts even have Malik Neighbors going over Marvin Harrison Jr. You know what I'm saying? So that's something interesting, man. Also, who would be the first player off the board? Who's going to be the first player? Would it be Caleb Williams? Would it be Jaden Daniels? Would it be Marvin Harrison Jr.? What y'all think? Let me know in the chat, man. Leave me some comments tonight, because I can put the comments on screen. You know what I'm saying? And also, we can put your comment. I'm in studio, so the thing about it is, I will be able to interact with the fans and everybody that's watching the live tonight, man. Also, we're going to get into the Super Bowl. We're going to say the best for last. We're going to get into the Super Bowl. Who's the better team, the 49ers or the Chiefs? What does this game mean for Patrick Mahomes' legacy? Like, does Patrick Mahomes have to win this game to be considered the GOAT? Because, he is still early in his career. So, I'm not going to judge him if he wins or loses this game. But what does this Super Bowl mean for Patrick Mahomes' legacy, man? So we're going to get into that. Also, is Brock Purdy enough to beat Mahomes? Brock Purdy has taken a lot of flack over the years, especially this year. Is he an elite quarterback? I've seen a lot of conversation around that, so we're going to get into that, man. And who's going to win it? Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Let me know who y'all think going to win the Super Bowl. I got this 49ers jersey on because I had it when Colin Kaepernick was taking the knee. So I wanted to support Colin Kaepernick. I'm not a 49ers fan. I just had this jersey. I said, why not? The 49ers in the Super Bowl. And it don't mean I'm pulling for the 49ers. I give y'all my take on the Super Bowl later, but just have to clear that up. I'm a Saints fan. Who that nation till I die. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into that later as well. Also, Urshan. Usher, whatever you want to call him, however you pronounce it, wherever you from. But Usher is performing at the halftime, man. How y'all feel about the Usher or halftime performance? I know for me, Usher is pretty much part of my childhood. You know, that Confessions album is still one of the greatest albums I ever heard in my life. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Usher, man. And who will win the Super Bowl, man, and why? Y'all let me know in the comments right now, man. We are streaming on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, formerly known as X, and on Instagram, man. So let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know what y'all think about everything that I just brought up, all the topics. I'm gonna start getting into it one at a time. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Please let me know what y'all think in the chat, man. Make sure y'all share the live. If you are watching this live right now, please share the live on your timeline. I want to get some interactions in here tonight. I want to see what y'all think. I want to see. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment in the chat. We're gonna get Coach Maryland in here later on. Also, and also we're gonna get Coach Brett Robinson. I see you, Coach Brett Robinson. I'm gonna get you in here in a minute, man. Give me 1 second to send you that link, and we're gonna get you in here, Coach. But shout out to everybody that's watching, man. We're gonna get into some things, man. We're gonna get into some things. We're gonna talk that Super Bowl. We're gonna talk the Super Bowl. We have to talk the Super Bowl. It's the biggest game of the calendar year, man. We all know how, you know, the Super Bowl is always the biggest event. We all know that. So we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl and who y'all think gonna win. Let me know right now in the comments who y'all think is gonna win Super Bowl. I think it's Super Bowl 58, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure I got that right. Super Bowl 58. So we on Super Bowl 58, y'all. So let me know who y'all think is gonna win Super Bowl 58. I'm not good with those Roman numerals, so I had to look this up. I seen the Roman numerals on there. I had to look it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be straight up honest with y'all. I don't read those Roman numerals. I'm pretty sure y'all can't either. Let's be honest. Let's be real about it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk that. I'm trying to send this. Y'all give me a second. Y'all bear with me for a second. I'm trying to get Coach Brett Robinson up in here in a minute. Shout out to everybody that is watching this live right now. But we're gonna get into things, man. I'm gonna cover a couple things before I get Coach up in here, man. Should Dak Prescott stay in Dallas, man? That's one of the first things I want to talk about. And once I give my opinion, I'm gonna get the coaches up in here and give me their opinion as well. We're gonna kind of talk about it. My initial reaction to this is Dak Prescott has been disrespected in Dallas, not only by his teammates, but by his coaches and Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones just get up there and say whatever he want to say about Dak Prescott, whatever he want to say about the franchise, you know, and it's getting to the point. I think that's starting to weigh on Dak Prescott a little bit, man. You know, I just feel like Dak is not given the respect that he deserves for being a top level quarterback. You can debate if Dak Prescott is a leader all you want to, you know what I'm saying? But look what he has done for the Dallas Cowboys after Tony Romo, after he took over for Tony Romo. So look what Dak done did, bro. Like you got to put some respect on this man's name, you know, because Dak, you know, he may not have gotten him to the promised land. He may not have gotten him to a Super Bowl. But if you take Dak out of the equation for the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm not so sure if they're a playoff team. I'm not so sure if they're a 10-win team, a 12-win team. You know, I would love to see what a full season with Cooper Rush. If you think Dak Prescott is not that good, I would love to see a full season with Cooper Rush, man. Let me know what y'all think in the chat, man, about that. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna recover these topics as soon as the guests come in. But let me know what y'all think about that as well, man. And I'll, you know, and one of the other things I want to discuss, you know, leading from one black quarterback to another, is Lamar Jackson capable of winning the Super Bowl? Him and Dak Prescott is kind of caught up into this conversation together because their games are similar, but not really that similar. You know, the similarities they have: they're a black quarterback, they're athletic quarterback, they're capable quarterbacks who have been starting multiple years in the league. So, you know, but the questions are still out there about both of these guys, especially Lamar Jackson after that performance against the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, I think Lamar Jackson can win a Super Bowl, but he's gonna have to become a much better thrower of the football. That's one of the criticisms of Lamar Jackson. He's not a great thrower of the football, you know, and I think that's where he got to elevate his game. And nonetheless, use his athletic ability. You know, Lamar Jackson has to use his athletic ability, man. Let me know what y'all think about that, man. Let me know what y'all think about Lamar Jackson. Let me make sure I can get people in here on Facebook, man. Make sure y'all share the live for me. If you are watching this live, please share the live for me right now. We are talking Lamar Jackson. Is Lamar Jackson capable of winning a Super Bowl? And I do think I do think he has the talent to win a Super Bowl, but like I said, we are still asking ourselves these questions because he has not gotten to a Super Bowl. I think this year was his best opportunity to get to a Super Bowl, but he still has not been able to pull it off. So, it's still out right now. We don't know about Lamar Jackson. So we're gonna see if Lamar can get his team, the Baltimore Ravens, to a Super Bowl. He's still young. He's still a lot of time to develop as well. So let's pump the brakes on Lamar. I do want to see Lamar succeed. I've always been a fan of Lamar, even going back to his Louisville days when he won the Heisman Trophy, man. And also in other news, right here, and in the Bayou, the Saints hired Clint Kubiak as offensive coordinator. Is that the right hire? I don't know a lot about Clint Kubiak. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know a lot about Clint Kubiak, but I did look him up. I did Wikipedia him, and his coaching career isn't that impressive. I mean, if you want me to just be honest, his coaching career really isn't that impressive. His, one of the first jobs he had was at Texas A&M as an offensive quality control coach from 2010 to 2011. And he was also a grad assistant as well. And he went on and moved on to the Minnesota Vikings. And he was also he retained the same position, offensive quality control and assistant wide receivers coach. I didn't even know they had an assistant wide receiver coach. I truly didn't know that. And also he went on to Kansas in 2015, and he became the wide receivers coach at Kansas in 2015. Then he moved on back to the NFL with the Denver Broncos under who was the coach then? I think it was it Gary Kubiak? I think, yeah. So Gary Kubiak is his father, I'm assuming. So he was hired by the Denver Broncos as an offensive assistant under Gary Kubiak, which is his father. So I know a lot of y'all remember that Kubiak name. So he is the son of Gary Kubiak. So he was there at that time. Then he went on to the Minnesota Vikings in 2019. He was the quarterback coach under Kevin Stefanski and head coach Mike Zimmer. And he also moved on. Then he came back to Denver, and he was hired as the passing game coordinator. Then he came back and then eventually he ended up with the San Francisco 49ers, and who was playing the Super Bowl tomorrow. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Saints wanted to get Clint Kubiak. He is the current passing coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. So when you look at it, it's not a lot of major coaching success or being on a big platform as a head coach. I mean, as a position coach, you know what I'm saying? As an offensive coordinator, he doesn't have I don't think he has any experience as play calling. So it's gonna be interesting. But that's what the NFL going now. It's like they're trying to find these guys on the rise, and I think Clint Kubiak, I mean, he is on the Super Bowl team, so I think he is on the rise. So we will see what it's going to hold for Clint Kubiak and the New Orleans Saints, man. And to stay on subject with the New Orleans Saints, man, did y'all see those comments that Michael Thomas made about Derek Carr? I'm gonna sum it up for y'all. So Michael Thomas pretty much was saying that Derek Carr set him up on a bad pass that got him injured in the season that just passed. And to Michael Thomas's defense, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, we all seen Derek Carr this year. I mean, he ain't throw the best passes, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I just think some things are better left unsaid. You know what I'm saying? Like just playing football in high school, and training athletes. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't advise one of my athletes to say something like this about one of their teammates. Because it's a lot of times. See, I believe in just as a man. If you always say as a man, if you got a problem with me, pull me to the side, let me know, we can work things out, bro. But if you go public with things and you try to put people all in our business, that's when I'm gonna have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Michael Thomas has been a great receiver for the New Orleans Saints, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, the last couple of years, he has been plagued by injury. He also has not been as productive when he was healthy, during the Drew Brees era. So, Michael Thomas taking shots at this man, and Derek Carr responded. Derek Carr said, well, look, man, I'm summing this up, y'all. I'm not reading a tweet for tweet, word for word, but Derek Carr pretty much said what I just said. Like, look, man, if you got a problem, we can handle this. You know what I'm saying? We can go sit down, have us a beer, whatever the case may be. And I'm just throwing stuff. I'm not quoting it word for word, but Derek Carr pretty much said something to that effect. Like, man, look, if you got a problem, we can sit down and talk about it like men. And I gotta take Derek Carr's side on this, man, because like I said, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody have a problem with me, let's talk about it, bro. We ain't got to get on Twitter and talk about it. We ain't got to get on Facebook. I don't like people that run the social media with their problems. I'm not one of those people. You know, I kind of keep it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? I try to promote my business, promote my podcast, but I'm not about to get on there and attack nobody. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I get attacked and I got to defend myself, that's something else. But even when I get attacked, I'll probably leave it alone most of the time. So I think Michael Thomas did take things too far, y'all. That's just my personal opinion, man. As a man, look, pull me to the side if you got a problem, man. And Michael Thomas has had a history of doing this, having Twitter fingers. He like the football's Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Great player, but sometimes, man, some things are just left better unsaid. This is I think some of the things Michael Thomas say on Twitter is some things that you'll say to your best friend in private, but he get on Twitter and said, which is crazy to me, man. But to each his own, but I don't think Derek Carr is wrong. But Derek Carr did set the man up. Let's be honest. I mean, like I don't think he did it intentionally, but it is what it is. It wasn't a good ball. Derek Carr was he had a lot of passes that was behind the receivers all year. So I don't blame Michael Thomas for feeling the way he feel, but just keep that type of stuff in-house, bro. Because I think Michael Thomas is making a big mistake here, because I think what's going to happen, he's going to kind of get blackmailed the way that they did Terrell Owens. You know what I'm saying? Like T.O. was a great receiver, but a lot of the times T.O. was like kind of, like especially towards the end of T.O.'s career, a lot of teams didn't want to deal with him because he was viewed as being difficult, whether that was the truth or not. But Michael Thomas is not helping himself, especially going forward, because I don't think he will return with the Saints after saying stuff like that, man. I mean, how could you bring a guy back in your locker room that's talking like that, man? But shout out to everybody that's watching right now on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitter, now known as X, and on Instagram. But moving right along, man, I'm seeing a lot of talk in NFL circles right now. I'm seeing a lot of mock drafts that are saying that Marvin Harrison Jr. is actually, Malik Neighbors is actually gaining ground on Marvin Harrison Jr. for that number one receiver being selected in the draft. I'm seeing a lot of mock drafts with Malik Neighbors actually ranked ahead of ahead of Marvin Harrison Jr. And I'm an LSU fan. Most of y'all who watching this show is an LSU fan. We got a chance to watch Malik Neighbors this year. And one of the things that I see in Malik Neighbors' game that Marvin Harrison doesn't have is the agility, the ability to catch the ball in space, make runs after the catch. That's one of the things that Malik Neighbors does have over Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, if I have to give anything to Marvin Harrison Jr., he's probably a better receiver when the ball is in the air than what Malik Neighbors is. But that's not taking anything from Malik Neighbors, because Malik Neighbors was just as good. I mean, I'm not saying Malik Neighbors can't tap the ball in the air, because he has shown that he can do that. But I think that's the only one of the only attributes that Marvin Harrison Jr. has over Malik Neighbors is when the ball is in the air, those 50-50 balls, but route running, I give to Malik Neighbors. Run after the catch, I give to Malik Neighbors. Overall speed and agility, I would have to give to Malik Neighbors. So it doesn't surprise me that Malik Neighbors is rising up some of these recruiting boards. I'm saying recruiting. Some of these draft boards, Malik Neighbors already went through recruiting. He on to the money now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Malik Neighbors, man. I'm biased in this conversation. I mean, I can't give a fair assessment. I'm always going to root for our Louisiana guys and our LSU guys. So I think Malik is a great player, man. And I think that he will surprise some people in the NFL. LSU has had a long history of producing great receivers and going on and to great success in the NFL, man. Shout out to everybody that is watching this live. We're gonna get our coaches in here in a minute. Shout out to Coach Brett Robertson and also Coach David Maryland, man. Shout out to them, man. They have been big supporters of the platform, giving us their time and giving us their thoughts and opinions. But we're gonna get them in here in a minute. So another question I have is, who will be the first off the board in the NFL draft? Everything is leaning towards Caleb Williams being the first pick in the draft. Everything is leaning towards Caleb Williams being the first pick in the NFL draft. But I've been telling y'all before the season about Jaden Daniels. I do believe Jaden Daniels is the better quarterback. I believe Jaden Daniels is the better prospect. in this draft, man. And I don't think it's even close. I think Jaden Daniels is the better prospect, but I don't think Jaden Daniels will go above Caleb Williams because it seems like in NFL, some of the talk that I've been hearing, from some of the sports media outlets is like, Caleb Williams was a lock even before the season. After he won that Heisman the year before last, he was already kind of like a lock to be the number one pick. So, that's kind of where it's at. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now, y'all. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is. So, but I truly think Caleb Williams will be the first off the board. It would not surprise me though if a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. just because of his, I'm not gonna say just because of his name, but he comes from a good bloodline. So you can't blame a team. You can't blame a team for wanting to draft a guy whose dad is in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't blame them. You know what I'm saying? We can't blame them from doing that. Also, who's the better team, man? We're gonna get into the Super Bowl talk, y'all. Who's the better team, the 49ers or the Chiefs? In my honest opinion, I think the 49ers on paper is the better football team, but I don't think none of that matters. I don't think it matters. I know I'm sitting here with a 49ers jersey on. If y'all just joining me, I have this 49ers jersey on because I was supporting Colin Kaepernick when he began to kneel against injustice and police brutality in this country. So, I'm a black man myself. So, at the end of the day, I am in support of Colin Kaepernick. I had this jersey for some years. I thought it'd just be cool to wear on this live. I'm not a 49ers fan at all, y'all. Just be honest with y'all. But I do think the 49ers are a better team on paper than what the Chiefs are. But Chiefs got that dude. The Kansas City Chiefs has the greatest quarterback that I think has ever played the game of football, y'all. And I don't even think, you can say Tom Brady, has more rings, but look at a body of work, look at athleticism, look at what Patrick Mahomes is able to do, not only in the pocket, but also outside of the pocket. Look what he's able to do. That's my argument. That's why I would go back at y'all with. It's like, look what Patrick Mahomes is able to do. He can make every throw. And when he wants to run, he can run. I mean, it's not like he'll slouch. It's not like he one of those guys that just can't run like a Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. And that's what he sets himself apart from Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, is he's able to extend the play. And if he has to throw the ball from the pocket, he can. So, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, the 49ers is the better team, but the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes trumps all of that. I think Patrick Mahomes trumps Deebo Samuel. He Christian McCaffrey, Ayuk, Brandon Ayuk, Nick Bosa, and all the guys that the 49ers got, bro. Like, I think Patrick Mahomes trumps all that. If you got the best player on your team, I like your chances. I don't care who else you got out there. That's just kind of what I've seen in the NFL, on the college level, even going to high school. A lot of times the team with the best player gonna win the game, man. A lot of the times, y'all. So that's my take on that. That's my take on that, bro. I'm not gonna bet against Patrick Mahomes. I'm not gonna bet against Patrick Mahomes. Do I think the 49ers got a chance to win this game? Yes. And we're gonna get into that a little later when I get Coach Maryland up in here and anybody else who want to come on. Also, bro, listen, if y'all want to come on to this live, if y'all want to come into this live, I'm gonna leave the link in the video. I mean, I'm sorry, not in the video, but in the chat. I'm gonna leave the link in the chat to come into this video. I'm gonna leave the link. And if you want to come in here and say, well, you know what, man, you tripping. You don't know what you talking about. You don't know football. You don't know sports. Well, I tell you what, come up in here and let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you would leave here with a different respect for what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So y'all come in here and holler at me, man. I'm getting ready to post the link in the chat if you're watching right now, man. And if you're on Instagram, send me a DM. If you're on YouTube, send me a comment as well. YouTube, I like YouTube. I get the YouTube comments a lot quicker for some reason. But I just posted the screen to this live on Facebook, man. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Facebook right now, man. And that's and another question that I did have was, what does this game mean for Patrick Mahomes' legacy? This is what I have to say. And I'm gonna put the live stream on the screen right now. I mean, if you can copy and paste that, that's fine. I know you can't click it on the screen or anything like that, but that is the live stream. That is my Facebook. I am gonna get rid of change things around on Facebook, man. So y'all bear with me on that. But that's one of the things. That's one of the things that I did have to ask is what does this game mean for Mahomes' legacy? And I think it means a lot as far as the GOAT talk. I think the GOAT talk is what is Patrick Mahomes the greatest of all time. I think if he win this game, I think people would definitely start putting him in that conversation. I think he is already in that conversation. If you ask me, I think he's already in that conversation as far as being the greatest of all time. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, I don't think we've ever seen anything like Patrick Mahomes. I truly don't. I don't think we ever seen anything like Patrick Mahomes, man. And he's only gonna get better. He's only gonna have more opportunities to win a Super Bowl. Like I said, he's the best player. He's the best player on the best. When you have the best player in the NFL, you always have a chance. You always have a chance to win the game, man. And Patrick Mahomes has proven that over and over again. Um, you know, so shout out to Patrick Mahomes, man. I think he is in that GOAT talk. I think Patrick Mahomes is in that GOAT talk, man. I think he is gonna be the greatest of all time. Coach Robinson, I do see you down there in the but it said your device is not connected. So coach, figure that out. We're gonna get you in on here, man. I'm gonna cover a couple more topics. 1 second, y'all. One second. We got Commissioner Jarvis Bristol here. Let's see. Commissioner Jarvis Bristol, man, let's talk about them Gators, man. We don't want to talk about them Gators. We don't want to talk about them Gators, dog. We don't want to talk about them Gators, y'all. We talk, look. Let me know what's going on with them Gators and we can talk about it. Let me know what's going on with them Gators and we can talk about it. Let me know what's going on with them Gators and we can talk about it. Man, you Commissioner Jarvis, you got to come on here, bro. You got to come on here, man. You got to come on here, bro. And also, bro, look, I'm gonna move on to the next conversation. Is Brock Purdy enough to beat Mahomes, bro? That's what I want to talk about. Is because I've been seeing a lot of different conversations surrounding Brock Purdy. Is Brock Purdy enough to beat Mahomes? And I think so. I think Brock Purdy is a good enough of a game manager. I know Cam Newton was saying, had some things to say about Brock Purdy, about him being a game manager, but that's all it really takes. I think he's good enough to beat Mahomes, but let's be honest, he's not on Mahomes' level. He's not on Mahomes' level, man. Let's just be honest about it. Let's just be honest about it. He's not on that same level, y'all. He's not on the same level as a Mahomes. He hasn't proven that at least. He hasn't proven that at least. He has not proven that he can be on the same level as a Patrick Mahomes, man. So that's what I'll say about it. That's what I would say about it, bro. Is 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to see somebody's put. Give me 1 second. Coach, I see you there, coach. I see you there, coach. 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to see. Let me bring in coach. Hey, coach, how you doing, coach?
What's up, bud? How you doing?
Not too much, man. Not too much, brother. Hey, look. Give me 1 second, coach. We're gonna continue to live. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna remove myself. I'm gonna have you on right quick.
No problem. Always just technology, man. We always got to work with it. We're always holding on for our technology. It's supposed to make us faster, sometimes it makes us slower.